Next, I'm going to show you how to check out the title and registration motor vehicle records that you will be able to access as a licensed motor vehicle dealer. And then I want to show you how to file your required dealer sold notice. Okay, first of all, let's go ahead and do a vehicle lookup. Type in the vehicle identification number and you'll easily be able to access the records to that vehicle, and you're going to go ahead and enter the vehicle plate number. And you could do this on maybe a vehicle that someone's trading in or something like that, or maybe you're thinking about buying a vehicle from an individual. And then you will have to basically let the state know that you are doing this for legal purposes. And then right here, we're going to scroll down to the bottom. We're going to click that little bottom link that shows that you are doing this for legal dealership reasons only, okay? And then it shows all your fees there, and you can go ahead and print up that motor vehicle record. Pretty easy there. So if you ever just want to find out the record of a vehicle, maybe that somebody's trading in, or maybe somebody's brought in a vehicle to your lot and they're wanting to sell it to you, you always want to run one of these motor vehicle records lookup. Next, I want to show you a very, very important component of your sales process, which is filing your mandatory sold notice. So when you sell a vehicle, all motor vehicle dealers are required to file this sold notice whenever you've sold a vehicle to a retail customer on the lot. This is mandatory, so I would definitely want to make sure that you're aware of this, okay? So once again, you go ahead and type in the vehicle identification number of that vehicle you've sold. You're going to enter the VIN, and once again, the magic of this system is going to come into play, and it's going to go ahead and do the VIN lookup to that vehicle that you just sold. And you want to definitely enter the customer's contact information like you see here, and this is all going to be automated. And once you've done a couple of these, you're going to be doing them with your eyes closed. You're going to enter the actual date of the sale, and then you want to make sure and verify all that information that you see right here, and then click the submit button. And now you can easily print up this confirmation that shows that you have actually filed your mandatory sold notice whenever you sell a vehicle. So you definitely want to print all these copies up. And I always recommend printing up your sold notices. And I want to remind you that all records do have to be stored at your licensed location at all times. So do please keep that in mind there. And basically you can go through here in the dealer suite at any time and look up the vehicles that you have filed sold notices to. You can easily print up your TRPs, so the state makes it extremely easy to help you maintain compliance. Now, I do want you to be aware, sold notice must be submitted to the state within 10 calendar days of the date of the sale that vehicle was sold. And I want to repeat that very, very important information. You're going to need to file that sold notice within 10 calendar days of the date that you sold that vehicle. So you want to make sure that you have sold the vehicle prior to submitting a sold notice. A sold notice is not the transfer of ownership. Okay, so that data is going to be transferred later on, as I'll show you here in just a little bit. But you do have 10 days to file your sold notice. And, I always recommend filing the sold notice during the completion of the deal documents, while the customer is leaving. Basically, I always recommend do the deal, congratulate the customer, and as the driver is maybe driving off the lot, go ahead and file your sold notice, so that way you'll never go over that 10-day window. And so you definitely want to make sure this is mandatory. This is part of the gig. And, you can even do it at the time of the sale if you want to, and give a copy of the sold notice to the customer. So do please keep that in mind. The sold notice has to have that VIN. It's also going to have the driver's license number and also the buyer's driver's license number as well. So make sure you got the name of the buyer, the address of the buyer, and also the date that the vehicle was sold. So always make sure that you have all that information. It's very, very important that you do file your sold notices within 10 days. So definitely keep this in mind.